Hey guys, so today's video is, as you can probably tell from the title, me watching the movie After while also doing my makeup. I actually filmed a different video where I explained the whole point of my content right now and just my existence. But that video got copyright claimed because I guess that studio just didn't want to cooperate. So I've disputed it now, but it's going to take up to 30 days even for it to be reviewed, and then even then we're not even guaranteed if I'm going to be able to post it. So let me just do my explanation again. Oh, my ponytail's just looking really weird today. Let me just do my explanation again, which is I've been doing makeup content for a while and I just feel like there isn't really much that's inspiring me right now when it comes to just doing makeup. So I want to do makeup with something else because I love makeup. I buy so much makeup that I want to use and I want to have a reason to show it to you guys, but in a different format. And I've seen a lot of people like Kenny JD and Jamie French do watching movies while doing their makeup on. Then we have like Robert Welsh doing his makeup while listening to ghost stories, and we have Bailey Sarian doing makeup and talking about, you know, murders and stuff like that. So I just feel like it's a completely different scene, but I feel like it joins two really interesting ideas that you have into one, and I think that's like something that inspires me right now. So I just want to do that. My explanation was like 7 minutes long in the last video, but it got copyright claimed, so I'm not going to repeat myself all over again. You guys get the point. I just want to do something that makes me a little bit more happy. Any makeup that I use today will not be like held up to the screen, but it will be in the description down below in American links and European/UK links. And yeah, my social media has all extra information. So we have my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok. I post on TikTok and Instagram, mainly Instagram stories. I'll be doing polls for like any movies you guys want to see, anything like that. So follow me on those and it'll be fun. So let's just get into watching After. Now, the backstory behind After is it's a really bad movie with kind of below average acting, but I've watched this movie probably 6 times, and then I watched After We Collided about another 5. I'm obsessed with bad movies. I love bad movies. They are my guilty pleasure. I love trashy romance stories. I like trashy romance novels. Reading books that are just like trashy romances is like my favorite thing. It's a guilty pleasure. I'm not even going to be ashamed of it. Like, I love it. I love watching all of it. Even if it's cringy, even if it's bad, I just love it all. So I've watched After many times, and I will share my love with you guys today. So let's just do a little reaction. Hopefully this one will be copyright claimed from the get-go. And let's put some makeup on. Wattpad Productions. Are you guys a Wattpad generation? Like, did you ever use Wattpad? Because I did when I was like 14, and it was the best time of my life. That's why I like these movies so much, because they remind me of that time.
There are moments
and Tumblr as well. Oh my god, our generation really just had it all. I could probably act out this movie word for word from memory. Tessa's mum. So I actually read 2 of the books. I'm on the 3rd one right now before the 3rd movie comes out. Tessa's mum in the movies is a lot more reasonable than the one in the books. So if you haven't read the books, you probably think, oh, why does Tessa hate her mum so much? It makes sense from the books, but it does not make sense from the movies. Because in the movies, I feel like her mom's very reasonable. And she gets pissed off in all the right moments. Also, the amount of montages this movie has. Take out all the montages and the movie's like an hour long. And in the books, Tristan is a guy. And in the movie, Tristan's a girl, which I actually really enjoy because I feel like it's just more diverse, which is nice.
We can get you into all the best places even without a fake. No problem.
Why would she say that in front of her mom? That's one thing I don't get. It's like, obviously she wouldn't say this in front of her mom. Like, even if you're a person that does use fake IDs and stuff, you wouldn't say that in front of someone's parents. I don't know if that's just me.
That room reeked of weed.
Can you please not make a scene?
I'm not. We have worked too hard for this, and I don't want you to be distracted by...
Yeah, like, I feel like this is a pretty reasonable response from a parent. Like, you know, she could have kept the fake ID conversation to when her mom left. Like, I don't think this is unreasonable, but the way she talks in the book, like, her mom is unreal. Like, she calls everyone a slut. So I get it from the book perspective, but not from the movie perspective.
I'll miss you.
Oh, God, I am so proud of you.
Thanks, Mom.
The mom in the book would never do stuff like this. She would never be like, oh my god, I love you so much, I'm so proud of you. Like, none of that stuff. So I feel like in the movie, they should have made her more mean.
This is the part I've been dreading.
Me too.
The dialogue here is incredible. Like, this isn't the best acting I've seen ever. Like, I'm not in the wrong for saying that, but still a guilty pleasure of mine. See, and this is where they kiss, and I'm like, brother and sister? No, it's her boyfriend. So I actually watched the movie first, and then I read the book. So I didn't know. I wasn't aware that this was a relationship situation. In the movie, I feel like it's also a little bit more tame, because the mum just has, like, the overprotectiveness, but in the book, it's a lot of, like, internalized misogyny, where she just calls everyone a slut and thinks wearing makeup is a bad thing when her daughter does it, but then she's always described as someone who wears a lot of makeup, so it's just a lot of weird stuff. Anyway,
What's with all the old books?
I feel like nowadays people don't think reading books is like nerdy, right? Am I wrong? Like, I feel like everyone just kind of thinks it's like reading a book, like it's not nerdy like it was back in the days, so that doesn't really make sense.
Excuse me? I think that you're in the wrong room.
I'm in the right room.
I'm in the right room.
Also, when I first watched this movie, I thought he was an American boy putting on a British accent. He's actually British, but his accent's just really fake sounding for some reason. I don't know.
Hate to spoil it, but it was all a dream.
No, it wasn't.
Actually, it was all a lie.
He was testing her to see if she's actually smart. It's like, you know, when you're wearing a band t-shirt and someone asks you to name 3 favorite songs and you don't even know who the band is. It was one of those moments. It's like, is she actually smart? Or is she just lying to me? I never know what the 3 songs are. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I am the person that wears band t-shirts who doesn't know the band. I actually think this dress is nice, and they made it out to be this like weirdly modest thing. I think it's nice red lace. Like, I don't think it's a weird dress to wear to a party. Like, I think it's fine. I think some things in this movie are really over the top. Like, the outfits that Molly and Steph wear are not slutty, and the outfits that Tessa wears are not really like that modest. They're just regular outfits. I think it's all very over the top, but you know, I love the color of this blush. It's Anastasia Beverly Hills in Latte, and I think it's just the most like original blush shade. It's like a cool toned mauve.
Do that again, do that again.
Do that again, do that again.
Do it again, I'm dying over here.
Do it!
It's not even cool. Like, vaping's not that cool. I'm not shaming vaping, it's just not like, oh my god, it's so like edgy and cool to vape.
Nice to meet you. My name is Zed.
Okay, and in the books, Zed plays a much larger role. Like, Zed in book 2, oh my god, in movie 2, he's like barely relevant.
You want a drink?
I don't really drink.
Come on, we're all drinkers. Have a drink. Do it.
The thing is, I think this movie feels a little bit outdated with like what's edgy and what isn't, because this book on Wattpad was written like years ago. So I feel like back then it was edgy to vape and it was edgy to whatever, have sex. And now it's just not, you know? So I think there is a little bit of a disconnect with when the book was written versus when the movie came out.
Pass. Why? It's an easy one.
Oh, and making fun of her for being a virgin, literally no one does that. I don't think I've ever met anyone who was like, oh my god, you're a virgin? Oh my god. Like, that just doesn't happen. People have sex, people don't have sex. Like, I think that doesn't really happen. You're more likely to be shamed still because the world is outdated for having sex than not having sex. I'm glad they cut out a lot of the misogyny from the movies, actually, because I feel like movies reach a wider audience, and I think some of the themes in the book were very misogynistic, so I'm glad they did that change. But the movie's also a lot less steamy than the book. Like, there's much less sex scenes, much less of that stuff, and I think it's because they wanted a lower rating for the cinemas, whereas the book, you know, anyone can buy a book. Without like an ID, but for movies they're not gonna let you in. So she doesn't kiss him, which, like, good, you know, but then she cheats on him anyway. Noah, I mean, with Harden. So like all of this, like, I'm not gonna kiss you is yes, you are gonna kiss him. Oh, Noah really annoys me throughout the movies. I get that she like is cheating on him, but a lot of the stuff he does is very like high school behavior, which makes sense because he's in high school and she's dating him while in college.
So, you're at a party.
Like, after this, he snitches. I'm gonna spoil it to you guys, it's gonna come up anyway. He snitches on her to her mum and says that she's going to parties. I'm like, why would you not communicate that with Tessa? Why would you go to her mum to say that? If it's something that bothers you, say it to Tessa, not her mum. Oh my god. She's literally just met him.
Because I think you owe me a dare.
This is borderline cheating. Borderline. The girl that plays Tessa, I can't remember her name for the life of me right now. Anyway, stunning girl. I think she's beautiful and I think she fits this movie so well. They did a great casting job, I think, in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't change anyone in the movie. I think they all fit their roles really, really well. It's just the acting is a little bit, you know, debatable at times, but I think it's also the dialogue that's a little bit debatable at times. So, you know, you can only do whatever, you know, you can only do so much with the dialogue. I'm disappointed in you. Well, because she went to a party. Like, I just think this is so weird. Noah is just a weird guy. I do feel bad for him because he did get cheated on, but also, like, I think his behavior is borderline, like, possessive. But it's just really weird. Like, it's, I don't know. Oh, I love this blush. I bought some Polish makeup when I went to Poland just now, and this is like a Polish company, and I bought a few things from them, and I think the blush is stunning.
Elizabeth Bennet needs to chill.
I think this is really cringe. Like, if someone said this in an actual uni hall, everyone would be like, stop wasting time. Like, we do not have time for this in college. Like, this, no. I remember, like, when I was at uni, people were just like, you either say something of value or you don't speak. Like, just, we don't want jokes, we don't want clownery, tomfoolery, we don't want wasting time, this is too expensive. Okay, every minute here costs me a bunch. The girls next to Hardin, her reactions, everyone's reaction, if something like that would happen in
Darcy's
an actual
attitude
college.
was rude and mocking. I think that he was lucky. I feel like my mom has everything planned out for me.
The cliche, my mom has everything planned out for me and I need to rebel against her. It's not my dream, it's yours, Mom. It's kind of creepy that they're like making out and she's just like watching them from
Just reset and we can be...
What?
friends.
Friends?
Well, why not?
Well, because you almost cheated on your boyfriend with him. I agree, they can't be friends. Like, she almost cheated on her boyfriend literally the first day that she hung out with Hardin. It's not a good basis for a friendship. And she's going to actually take him up on the offer. This story is literally every Wattpad story that I've ever read. Like, it's just... That's why I like it, because it feels familiar. It feels like something that I remember, you know? They all feel the same. A very pretty but modest girl who's never had sex before meets a bad boy. Bad boy turns her badge. Live happily ever after.
Can wear my t-shirt.
And she does indeed wear his t-shirt. That's where it all begins. What's crazy is how often he does really boyfriend relationship things and then goes, how dare you assume that I like you? And it just goes on and on and on again until literally the end of the movie and the book. I'm going to kiss you, make out with you, and tell you that I love you, but like, how dare you think I love you? I have no feelings for you.
No. Does he go here?
He's in high school.
And what does a high school kid do to deserve you?
He is nice to me.
If you say he's nice to me about your boyfriend, I hate to say you're not attracted to him. Of course he has to be nice to you, but that's like the main thing. Like, the only thing you have to say about him is, he's nice to me. And you're not really attracted to him. I don't know why we ended up getting so smoky with this one. What happened? This was supposed to be a nice glowy everyday look and it's turning into going to the club. A lot of the stuff he says is like fake deep, if that makes sense. Like, he'll be like,
You think that's weird?
put your head underwater, you hear that? It's silent. Like, it's just so dramatic. I thought you had a boyfriend. I guess we were all wrong.
I don't think we can ever be just friends.
In the book it's even worse because they get out of the water and they do some sexual things. At least here they just kiss, not that that's like any better. Well, it is a little bit better, but it's still cheating. In the book, they get out and they do some dirty things.
You've got plenty there.
This is such like forced banter, it's just really weird.
You know, I am gonna tell Noah about us.
Us? What do you mean us?
The thing is, in the movie, it's a lot more reasonable for him to say like, what, us, we kissed. But in the book, it was mean because he was definitely selling her all sorts of dreams. Truly and utterly, I don't think this is on him, like this moment. Like, they kissed. He did say he's not into love and all of that stuff, but it was her choice to cheat on her boyfriend, so she can't really blame this one on him. Like, he doesn't owe Noah any loyalty. She does. And the trailer for movie 3 dropped like 2 weeks ago, so I'm really excited about that actually. Which is why I'm trying to get through the book quickly. When I saw this for the first time, I was like, oh my god, did he break into her room to stroke her cheek? Turns out no, she's just having a sexy dream. Oh my god. He's so sweet, but also really annoying. But he's so sweet, and she should have just broken up with him from the get-go, but she chose to string him along.
Second blow.
Suck and blow. I'm down.
Okay, I got it.
All these games they play. Can they just sit and drink?
Whoa, dude. Don't go there, all right?
It's just a game.
Hey, James, just relax. Hey, relax.
No's probably thinking like, why is this boy fighting on her behalf? What is happening? What's happening is you're being cheated on. That's what's happening. See, in the movie, she takes her bike. In the book, she takes Noah's car to drive to Hardin's house while Noah's waiting for her in her dorm.
Shouldn't you be with your perfect little boyfriend, Teresa?
Can you be your
Don't
perfect
bring
little
that into this.
boyfriend? Things I don't understand why she reaches down to collect the glass. Like, it just makes no sense to me. Like, of course you're gonna cut yourself. Bear in mind, Noah is waiting for her in her dorm room. Like, I think this is crazy. He's waiting for her in her dorm room. He drove all the way here to see her, for her to take her bike in the middle of the night, drives to see Hardin. Tessa is the most problematic character in this movie. I've just discovered that right now. Tessa is the problem. There's no other explanation for this. I'm so sorry, but she is the problem. I truly don't think who made her think this was okay to do while being in a relationship. Just break up with him. Just break up with him. You don't even have to break up with him for Hardin, but if you're willing to cheat on him the moment another boy pays attention to you, like the moment, then maybe you don't love him as much as you think you do, and you should just break up with him regardless. Like, even if you don't end up with Hardin, just break up.
I'm sorry, my phone died. I'm sorry. A friend needed my help.
A friend needed my help with laying on the bed naked. I had to help him. I had to help him lay naked. Why did Hardin come? I'm so confused. Why would he do this? Poor Noah really just did not deserve this. I'm sorry. I'm experiencing true secondhand embarrassment. I don't like it.
Confused. I wanted to talk to you about it for a while.
And now she's going to be pissed off with who? Not herself. Hardin. For showing up. As if that's the problem and not her cheating. She likes to make herself the victim a lot of the time. And I just don't think she is. I think these are all choices that she made. No, tell me what happened. Please call me. Noah talks to her mum a little bit too much. Like, I get a good relationship between boyfriend and girl's mum, but he tells her a lot of stuff. So he's just chilling on the roof and she just managed to like come across him somehow while he's chilling on the roof.
I didn't expect to see you.
Yeah, because you're on the roof. If I was sitting on the roof, I wouldn't really expect to see anyone either.
When my dad left.
How did we get from I didn't expect to see you on the roof to when my dad left? He didn't check the library very well. He just looked around and he went, the guy that just came in didn't leave? Oh well, I guess I'll close anyway. I also think this is quite cringe.
What are you doing, Tessa?
She's in a lecture, that's what she's doing.
The stars.
Yeah, she is learning about the stars. I think this is really cringy. If someone did this to me, I'd actually get an ick. This would give me an ick.
Do you have any idea how beautiful you are right now?
Okay, that's quite nice. Oh my god. I don't know if I'm allowed to show this. This is at least PG-13. She looks like what every, like, Your Name girl looked like on Tumblr back in the day. She throws her hair into a messy bun and puts on her Converses. It was like the same thing every single time. YN in brackets. Throws her hair into a messy bun, puts on a crop top with high-waisted shorts and Converses or Vans, and goes out and bumps into Harry Styles. Now they're in love. The good old days.
Hon, I've called all day. Tessa,
Yikes, this is
Mom?
awkward.
I am so sorry, Mom, that your life didn't work out the way that you wanted it
That
to.
was uncalled for.
You're cut off.
This also just doesn't make sense because her mom's so hyper-focused on Tessa getting a good education, which, like, fair enough, like, you know, great. So the way that she punishes Tessa is by not letting her get educated. So you want your daughter to go to school and be educated. That's exactly what she's doing, but she's also falling in love, which is a very normal thing. So to punish her for falling in love while also being educated, you're not going to let her be educated. Makes sense to me. I blanked out for a minute. I did zone out for a second.
Yes.
I'm back.
Sure.
Yes.
This is so awkward.
Imagine if it were our place.
Sure.
Haha. Imagine. See, there was no official, like, like, I do understand that movies have to be a little bit more rushed than books, right? But there was no official breakup with Noah, and there was no official getting together with Hardin. So what we went from is, like, she cheated on Noah, and then suddenly she's living with Hardin. Like, there was no, like, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend? No, none of that. Just another montage that I can't play for you guys, but they're cute, silly, throwing pillows at each other.
I don't deserve you.
No, you don't.
Nothing.
But she doesn't deserve you either. You're both just as bad as each other, so I guess. And then we get the speech about why
father was a drug.
Hardin doesn't like his
Nothing
dad.
more.
It doesn't really explain much in the movie, at least in the book. It's a little bit, like, more dramatic. There's more explanation. You know, he's a drunk and he allowed Hardin's mum to be assaulted. It's quite shit, actually. I do understand why Hardin is the way he is, kind of. It's not an excuse, it's an explanation. And then things get steamy. Ooh, this is PG-13, borderline 15. The thing is, I'm not gonna, like, you know, spoil the end of the movie. We're gonna get there when we're gonna get there, and I'm gonna explain why this doesn't make sense. Okay? I'm just gonna explain why this scene doesn't make sense compared to the book when we get to the end of the movie. Stay tuned. And oh my god, once again, like, the ending of the book versus the ending of the movie. When I read the book, I was shocked. My jaw hit the floor. I was like, oh my god. What is happening? But the movie, I was like, oh, okay, is that it? Is that why she's angry? Is that the whole plot? No. When you read the book, you're like, oh god, I get why she's angry. Oh, she checks his phone. And it's Molly. I feel like also, like, Tessa's jealousy over Molly kind of makes sense in the movie, but also kind of doesn't. There's not really much indication. There's a lot more about, like, Molly and Hardin in the book, which kind of... the jealousy makes sense.
Do you trust me?
Of course I do.
Then
She has
what's
no
the
reason to
problem?
trust you, actually, matter of fact. Also, you're telling me this guy's supposed to be in college, like, he looks like a 30-year-old man. I do understand that adults do go to college,
Maybe he's a blind bot.
but he does not look anything like their age. Anything. Just a random man that they found.
You two are living together.
Yeah.
The fact that,
Wow, Tessa.
like I said, the fact that Tessa moved out and Steph was just like, okay, well, adios, have fun. Didn't ask her where she's going, none of that stuff, just off you go. And this is the first that she's hearing about this whole moving arrangement.
Don't you think this thing has gone a little too far?
Because this is the one thing that people use to redeem Molly's character, is that she's the one that actually, like, tells Tessa the truth, but, like, it doesn't make her a good person. She just did one good thing, so she's a bad person doing one good thing.
You don't think I can make it happen?
Make what happen, Hardin?
Here's a dare. Make her fall in love with me. And then,
What camera is this? Because it looks really bad.
turn it off.
Okay, so this is the dare, right? It was to make her fall in love, and then turn it off. And I was like, okay, why are you so angry? I get it. It started out as a dare, but he clearly fell in love with you. Like, this really doesn't mean anything. In the book, he is dared to take her virginity, which is obviously a really important thing to her. She says it on multiple occasions. She's waiting until marriage. So she loses her virginity to him. He saves the bed sheets. Saves the bed sheets. And he shows it to them as proof. I would be pissed off too. But if you're watching the movie, you're like, why is this so dramatic? Why is she so angry? Like, clearly you can tell he's in love with you. So it started out as a dare, but now it's not a dare anymore. Like, you can clearly tell. But in the book, you're like, oh, I know why she's angry. I know why she's angry. I feel like they did this because otherwise the movie would get like an adult rating, and this movie isn't for adults, it's for like teenagers. So I get it, but I just think it like ruins everything. I'm sorry, it does. And look at the speed walk. He's not running, he's just speed walking after. Okay, what's funny is, I'm gonna pause just to talk about this. You know how I mentioned his accent being really weird? So he's a British guy doing a British accent, but he sounds like he's not actually British and just faking a really bad British accent. Now what makes this really funny is that the actress that plays Tessa is actually Australian. So she's an Australian girl doing an American accent and it sounds genuinely American, but he's a British guy doing a British accent and it sounds like he's faking it. Maybe we shouldn't be watching this. I feel like we're like intruding on a private
You said
conversation.
nothing could change the way you felt about me.
Well, it wasn't this. Like, she didn't expect this to happen. Mainly the stuff in the book. I didn't expect that to happen. This must be awkward. She did tell you that he was going to break your heart, and here you are with a broken heart.
I guess I just never saw any of this coming.
Yeah, but
He's so understanding in this, and that's what makes me like kind of like his character. Like, I don't like him, but like he's cute, he's sweet, and he's understanding. Like, it's fine, you know. He's not the worst character in the world. Another montage. This scene makes no sense.
I think it was actually written more for you.
No sense. Did he tell? Because she says, I think this was more for you than for me. No professor would actually just give away the work like that. Maybe because he didn't tell her, like, give that work to Tessa. She was like, I think this is meant for you. No one told me it's meant for you, but I feel like this is meant for you. This would not happen.
What is that?
A secret spot.
It looks like like mystery files, like if someone's gone missing or been murdered, and they like, this is where the crime scene happened. Like, that's what the picture looked like. It was quite scary, actually. And like the drawing of her, this is the victim we're looking for.
I'm sorry. Please forgive
See,
me.
if what had happened in the movie had happened to me, you're forgiven. If what had happened in the book happened to me, you can forget about it. And that's the end of the movie. I'll do After We Collided, hopefully soon. And I'll do After We Fell when that comes out. If you guys like this, subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.